So welcome back again. This is Paul from beststufftobuy.com, and we're going to review some flashlights today in various forms of light for emergencies. A lot of people realize that once upon a time the only way to really have light at night was fire, and for a long time it was extremely reliable. And even today, just remember that something as simple as a candle and a lighter and some matches to light something else on fire, you can have at least some light that way. But today we have the advantage of all kinds of amazing technology, and I've been buying flashlights and looking at various kinds over the last few years, and I come across a wide variety, and I thought I'd go through them real quickly here. Now, here's a really popular kind of flashlight. You see different sizes of these, different means. I think they make them in Thailand or someplace, and if you can get these for just the right price, they're really great and very useful. They have LED bulbs that don't break when you drop them. They're not really well made, extremely well, but on the other hand, like I said, you get them cheap. Now, I've seen the same exact flashlight like this at stores, especially at airports, and they'll want to charge like $7.99, and they'll give you a couple of batteries or something, and okay, so great, $7.99. But then I've seen the exact same flashlight at a place like Tractor Supply for like $2. So if you get it for $2 with the batteries, hey, throw it in your glove compartment, you always have a light. And some of them, they use the same exact kind of chamber here. Basically, there's 3 AAA batteries in kind of a cylinder, and you know, they interswap. Actually, you can swap back and forth the colors because they're all the same size and so on. Now, that quality is, let's say you put that in the middle somewhere, and then you have something like this that, okay, you know, it's cheap, it's simple, I mean, it's plastic, I mean, it may not last a long time. On the other hand, hey, if you get it really cheap or buy it at a yard sale, any light is better than no light. Now, along those lines here, there's a new trend now to replace your ordinary bulbs, the old style bulbs and flashlights, with an LED lamp, and they last a lot longer, and they can be very bright. So you can buy these segments, these little parts here, for some of these older flashlights like this one. This one has already been upgraded. This is a classic Magnalite. It's made out of aluminum. There's tons of these out there, and they have a new LED bulb that you can put in there. Now, moving on to something like this, where you have an adjustable light. These are very handy for in your car. You can clip them on something. They can be used for reading. They're great for travel and so on. But this particular one isn't very well made. It's just plastic. It's pretty simple, and you put the batteries in there. But on the other hand, it's not very expensive. A little upgrade from that is something like this from Garrity. A little bit better made, much better made in fact, very strong and sturdy. Comes with some nice bulbs or batteries. So you have that kind of thing for portability. And then you go into something like headlamps. Now, this is a relatively recent one by Princeton Tech, and this is very bright. And again, you can buy the LED upgrade for something like this from some of the older ones. This uses 2 strong batteries and is very powerful. And here's another version by Petzl. This is really clever. It has multiple different phases. You can put it on red, and you can make it as a red flasher. So this is very useful, and it's very water resistant. I highly recommend these. If you can get these on eBay, they're made for caving and outdoor work and rescue operations. Again, this is another one by Princeton Tech, a similar design. Very bright and doesn't use much power. This one uses the AAA batteries. Great to have. I have one of these in my car at all times. Then you go up from there and you go into something like this, which is another waterproof light. These are used by divers, and this one, they're great. I mean, you can fasten it on your wrist like this if you're outdoor doing rescue work, if you're climbing, or if you're hiking in dangerous area. I mean, great to have. There's a smaller version of this. This one has the LED upgrade, and again, watertight to a certain depth and so on, and really great to have. Now, you can go all the way up into something really heavy like this. Again, it's really helpful to have something that has some cushion on it, because better to have it watertight. This is like a giant version of the cheap plastic one here. This one is a little bit stronger and better, but again, very heavy, uses D batteries, and okay, you got to carry them around. This is the giant version of the real cheap Lumilight, and again, you can get these cheap, but they're worth kind of what you pay for. Here's a really amazing light that I like by Magnalight, Mighty Light it's called. It's really great. It comes with a little set here, and once you turn it on, it's great for pilots or emergency work, and you can take this off, and you can also put a clear white one on there. So it's a great useful light. I love this one. Here's something very cute, very powerful. Put that in your car. You crank it up like this, and actually quite a bright little light. Lasts quite a bit of time, but you know, you can always wind it up again. Here's another thing. These have sticky things. 3 AAA batteries. Press it on, press it off. Great for a tent or for a dome light in a car or something. Here's for emergency. This one does. This is great. It has a magnet on it. Has a hook. You can stick it in your car, and if you ever have an emergency, you just put it on the top of the car and a magnet, and it's a great signal light. And here's another one that uses C batteries. I don't have any batteries in here right now, but this is a great beacon basically. You put the batteries in there and you twist it on, and this bright light, it's like a halogen bulb, just flashes, boom, 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 very bright. This is a great thing to keep in your car. And again, back to the real simple things. A light stick in emergency. Hey, someone can find you. You throw it on the side of your car during an emergency, at least keeps people observant. Fire lighter, something like this, good to have for backpacking. They hold the flame a long time. I mean, in the old days, I mean, fire was super, super precious, and now we take it for granted. Fire meant the heat and the light. So, thanks again for watching. I'm going to come across other products. Some of the ones that I highly recommend, I'm going to be putting on my beststufftobuy.com site, because I only recommend products that I personally would highly recommend and use on a daily basis. And that doesn't mean it has to be absolutely top quality. This is very useful for the price, and I've got a bunch of them, and I've given them to friends because I get them at a really cheap price, and they're great to have around. But in my personal use for my aviation, I use something like a diver's light. Should, God forbid, something happen, I'm caught in the woods or something really, really strong and water resistant and durable and adjustable. So I'm going to review some other kinds of products again, and I keep coming up with new products. I'm welcome to have present feedback. I'd love to hear about new products. And just a little teaser, I'm going to go into some pocket knives in the future, and here's one by CRKT. Great little device here for camping. And here's what they call a neck knife for emergencies. Have this in your car, or in your pilot bag, or in your water sports. Have something portable. Again, I'm going to review knives in a future episode, so thanks again for watching.